Why don't we find any animal holes that burrow down in between the layers? I mean, if you have a layer calm, you got animals and vegetation growing.
Wait, what? Okay, first off, these layers are solid rock. What are you talking about? This is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard Matt Powell say.
So one of my favorite proofs of Noah's flood is the fact that we actually find dinosaur tracks that stomp through millions of years of supposed geologic time. And what they do is they actually bend the rock layers, these tracks. According to evolution, the layers of the Grand Canyon, for example, were laid down slowly over millions of years, and they would solidify as they were laid down. And so you have a layer come, solidify, another layer come, solidify, another layer come, solidify, and you have Paleozoic, Mesozoic, and Archeozoic ages in the Grand Canyon. And they say that this all represents millions of years, and these canyons were formed over millions of years. But the truth is that we actually find dinosaur tracks that stomp through and bend the rock layers. Now here's the thing, you cannot bend hard rock.
Wait, what? Okay, first off, these layers are solid rock.
And so what that means is that these layers were soft when they were laid down. And so all of the layers simultaneously that the dinosaur stepped into had to have been soft, because otherwise the rock layers would not have bent. The layers were all deposited at the same time in one event. We don't find any tree remains. We would expect to find roots from trees still in the ground preserved, of trees that grew while the layer was waiting for the next layer. When the flood was happening and sedimentary rock was being formed and all the layers were unstable and being laid down by water and were mud at the time, the dinosaur simply stepped into those layers and bent them, and that mud solidified into sedimentary rock. These dinosaur tracks that we're finding, they literally stomp through millions of years of supposed geologic time. If these layers were truly millions of years old and represented different ages, they would have broken. The rock layers would have crumbled, they wouldn't have bent. And so what it means is that these layers were moist and soft and were laid down in one event. If the evolution model were true, those layers would be broken. They would be shattered rock. But in the creation model and what we would predict in the flood, they would be bent because all of those layers were soft simultaneously and had not solidified into sedimentary rock.